Hello everyone! So today I'm going to be doing an in-depth review, my opinions, my thoughts, and most importantly, testing out, which here's a quick preview. Stay tuned for my thoughts though, on the new Jaclyn Cosmetics holiday collection, which includes 3 different types of highlights. Now, before we get into these new products, I do feel like I have to kind of like take a step back, and I really have to do this, and very quickly summarize my thoughts on Jaclyn's initial launch with her lipsticks, which I didn't get my hands on, but just like all of you guys out there, I saw everything unfold on social media, and I just remember sitting there like so mortified for her, because nobody wants their first launch of their brand to be anything less than perfect. And there was so many QC issues with Jaclyn's lipsticks. Oh my gosh. When her lipstick launched, and of course people started to receive them, and then the imperfections started to surface, I just felt like, and like thinking from like a production background and sales background, because you guys know I used to work in fashion manufacturing, so I understand production. I don't know much about like cosmetic production, but I do understand it on a fashion level, and production is production. What I'm trying to say is, like, when things go wrong, they go wrong no matter what you're producing. Whether that's food, whether that's like cars, whether that's cosmetics or clothes, like production issues happens all the time. What matters is the way you handle them, especially the CEO, the face of the brand. I feel like you have a lot of responsibilities to like take ownership and just apologize in a very graceful manner, own up to your mistake, because nobody likes anyone that makes excuses, right? At least I don't. And I felt like with her first video after the whole launch and the whole situation happened with her lipstick, I felt like she was kind of just, what's the word I'm looking for? Like defensive, not apologetic. You know, I would have been, and it's very easy to say like, I would have done this. I wasn't in this situation. Nobody was. Only she was and her team was, right? But again, like, I just think that most people would have been so apologetic and not defensive whatsoever, and they would have just recalled the lipsticks, because even if it was like 5% QC issues, it was all over social media, and like everybody was feeling some type of way, right? So anyway, point is that I felt like her video, her initial video, not the second one, her first one about her lipsticks, was very defensive and just like not the way that most people would have handled it. Most CEOs would have handled it. But that being said, her second video, I actually really appreciated that, because she totally owned up to her mistakes, her flaws, and like issued everyone a refund. From my understanding, everyone got a refund, which is amazing. That's exactly what should have happened from the very beginning. It should have just been like a simple recall. But here's the thing, right? No one teaches you how to be a CEO. And especially also like social media influencers and content creators, like this is a very new world still. So like everyone's still like learning how to deal with a PR disaster when it happens like this, you know? So again, like I don't want to like hold that against her. Like, I'm not the type of person that really likes to hold grudges. You have to just kind of give people another chance and move on, and then see how they are from that moment forward. I felt a lot of sincerity in her second video, and I like felt for her. I really did. And that's why I purchased all these products with my own money. This was not sent to me in PR. I bought these myself, and I was not gonna sit here and like bash these products for you guys and just tell you, oh my gosh, I found this, I found that, this sucks, that sucks. I just wanna give you guys my honest thoughts, and I'll just tell you right now, I already finished filming the video, and there's some products that I like here, and then there's some products I don't. And that's just my personal opinion, not because there's any quality issues here. Just wanna put that out there. Okay, that was like a 10-minute introduction. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for going on that. But we are now gonna move on to the actual video. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Please keep it nice in the comments, because if you want someone to listen to you, you gotta come from a very conversational type place, not attack someone. Come from like a kind place if you really want people to listen. So let's discuss in the description or the comment section below. And now let's get into the actual video. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start off by sharing my thoughts on the packaging first. Now, for me, outer packaging is not the most important thing, because I'm just gonna throw this out in the garbage right after I'm done. But I will say this looks really nice and simple, like very sleek and simple. And I actually don't remember what the Jaclyn Cosmetics, like the lipstick outer packaging looks like. I remember what it looks like from the tube inside, and that honestly was not my favorite because it to me just looked a little bit like kind of like inexpensive, but this looks like very nice and sleek. Here is what the actual palette looks like. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, just like looking at it, it really reminds me a lot of like the Becca palettes. And I'm not trying to like throw shade or anything, but it really does remind me of that. It is also very thick. Like this is pretty thick. And for me, when it comes to, I haven't even opened this yet, but when it comes to like palettes, I don't know, I'm just like, I want a palette that has a bronzer, a highlight, a blush all in one. So I can like travel with it. If I'm getting ready in the morning, I can just use that. So for me, for like a highlight palette, I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see what it looks like on the inside. On the outside, I will just say it looks very like sturdy, heavy duty, very nice quality. And on the inside, ooh, it looks really pretty. It actually looks really, really pretty. But like I said, do I really need 4 highlights in a palette? I don't know. We'll try these out and see how it goes. And then the mirror itself is a massive mirror here, which is actually so nice because like with a palette, I feel like a mirror is just a must. Okay, so that's the palette, and I just want to tell you guys what it retails for. I do have my order pulled up right here. It retails for $49, which to me is kind of more on the expensive side. Okay, now let's talk about the next product, which is this right here. Ooh, the packaging is really nice. Any of the fingerprints, those are my fingerprints as I'm touching it, but the actual product looks beautiful, very, very sleek. And this is the Mood Light Luminous Powder, and this retails for $32. Quickly read the description to you guys here of what this powder is all about. So basically, this powder is going to bring out that inner glow with this magically luminous powder. Infused with diamond and rose quartz powders, this multi-purpose formula blurs imperfection, enhances your complexion, and delivers a radiant finish. Use it as the finishing powder all over the face to get that lit from within look, or apply it to targeted areas for a softer highlight. So I'm very excited about this. I have tried kind of like blurring powders like this in the past. I'm not usually a fan of them because, to be honest, I find them really to not do much at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this a go. Like I said, I bought the shade Carrots hoping that it would work for me, and let's find out if it actually does work or not. So I'm gonna be using this brush right here from Real Techniques, and I just wanna quickly apply it on the back of my hand first. Ooh, it leaves behind like a very subtle luminous glow. Do we see that? Like very subtle. Okay, so I'm gonna just use the mirror from this palette to apply it. And I guess I'll just start off on my forehead and see how that goes. It actually definitely adds like a really subtle luminous glow. I was expecting it to be like very much so more intense, but it is very subtle. Let's just apply it on this side. I definitely see like a very subtle glow, but to be honest with you, whenever I'm applying like a face powder to set my makeup in place, especially underneath the eyes, even all over my face, I kind of just want it to be more on the matte side, or give it like very subtle satin finish. I don't want it to have any sort of glow, because for me, my glow needs to be in very targeted areas. So I don't know if I would like use this all the time, but that being said, this does look really pretty. Like here, I have nothing on this side of my face, and on this side of my face, I do have this. It is actually really pretty. And you see you can like build it to make it more intense. But would I actually use this? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna save my thoughts for later. Again, this side has no highlight, and this side has the all over face highlight. Okay, now let's move on to this highlight right here, and this is in the shade Amped, and this is a loose highlight. Now here's the thing, Overall, I definitely prefer pressed highlights because loose highlights for me just get very messy. They get all over the place. There are a few handful of loose highlights that I love, and I feel like they just work so good because they are loose highlights, but overall, I do prefer pressed highlights. Okay, let me pull up the information on the loose highlight. It says, light up the room with the silky soft, ultra beaming highlighter, enriched with superfine, luxurious or lustrous pearls. Our high impact formula delivers an intense yet buildable wet look. Okay. Use it to amp up your best features. Think eyes, cheeks, and cupid's bow, or dial up the intensity for maximum glow factor. Okay, I feel like this is definitely a product I need to put like on my chest and everything. So you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and quickly switch on my top, be right back, and then let's finally try this out because I am very excited about this. I'll be right back. Fam, so I'm back. I just moved my dress down like this because we are also gonna be testing this out on my chest. Now, amped, I will just tell you because I just put a little bit on my lid right here. This is how I like to use my loose highlights. I can just tell you it's not gonna be like my shade preference, and this is no fault of Jaclyn's, of course. When I went to order, like place my order, the shade that I wanted, which was I think the next shade after this or before this, I'll put the name that I wanted on the screen, was sold out. So I ordered what was available from my skin tone, what I thought would look good. And this was the only one, but just looking at it, this is definitely more on the rose gold side. Anyway, let's just go ahead and try it out. And that is actually really intense. Woo! Okay, they were not kidding about this. This is definitely very intense. It is very smooth though. Even though this is a loose powder, it almost just like goes on like, I don't want to say cream, but just like butter almost. It's like very smooth. And you know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and take some and apply it on my chest as well. I would probably use a bigger brush, but we're gonna just like make it work with this. For sure, I would not recommend this shade if you're close to my skin tone. Unless you of course prefer like a cheek topper or a more rose goldy highlight. For me, I definitely prefer, like I said, a champagne shade. But again, that's not Jaclyn Cosmetics' fault. It's just because this was available to me. Anyway, here it is on my chest. It adds like a pretty glow for sure. Like you can see it as I move my chest. But the shade is not my favorite. The product is very nice. The formula is really nice. I do like how like buttery soft it is. I just don't like the color on my skin tone. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the information of the Accent Light palette. I got the second shade, which is the Flare, which is for medium dark skin tone. And I'm gonna just quickly read the description to you. So this says, these palettes are super creamy highlights, give you light with every swipe. Each palette features 4 shimmering, buildable shades that apply seamlessly onto skin, so you'll be glowing from any angle. Our Accent Light highlights are made using a proprietary filling process which creates unique, one-of-a-kind palettes in every pan. So I just read that to you guys not too long ago. Basically, these are very proprietary, very unique formulas, whatever. So each one is very unique and different. These are beautiful, and I am ready to try out the first shade. This one right here is like calling my name, and I just have to go for it. So now we're gonna go on the other side of my face where there is no highlight, and look at that. Okay, that is so beautiful, you guys. This is stunning. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Just want to quickly add that I'm barely using any product, and look at the payoff. This is so beautiful, and I love this. Oh, just this one shade I'm obsessed with. By the way, this is in the shade, well, there's no specific shades. Oh, there is. This is in this shade Glow Up. I actually really like that they just have it listed right underneath and not on the back of the palette. Oh my god, this is beautiful. This is like what I think of when it comes to like Jaclyn Hill highlights. This is what I think of it. Just creamy, beautiful highlights that are so intense that just look wet almost on the skin. This is stunning. I do also want to go in and use another shade. Let's just go ahead and use the shade Turned On. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of apply it as a blush. And that is so intense. Oh my god. Okay, so you only need a little bit of product, not too much at all, but wow, this is beautiful too. I also just want to quickly go ahead and swatch the other shades, which is Made Ya Look and then Exposure. Here they are on my hand. So this is Made You Look, and then this is Exposure, which is crazy because when I just swatch them, they don't look very intense at all. But on the actual face, they are so intense. Where else can I use some of these? I feel like I need to just like use all of the shades here. You know what? I'm gonna go in and take Made You Look and apply it on my eyes. That's really pretty too. Okay, this palette is so beautiful. It's very brown girl friendly, I can just tell you right now. And it just is, these are like butter. They're so smooth. Think like the Becca highlights. Think like Champagne Pop, but even smoother almost. I don't even know how that's possible. But this is stunning. I'm so impressed by these. This is the way to go versus all the other two products. I'm so surprised that they actually didn't launch these separately, individually, because if they did, I would recommend this shade over all of the other ones in this collection or in this palette to you guys to just go out and buy, because look how beautiful this is. The other side is nice, but I don't love it. This side, I love it. I love it so much. It just flatters me so well. All right, so I'm gonna quickly summarize this video for you guys, and I feel like you already know my thoughts, but I'm gonna quickly summarize and tell you what I think is a must-have, what I think is a pass, all of that. So for me, a pass would be both of these. Powder is a little too subtle for me, and like I said, with my loose powders, I don't even have one here to show you guys, but I mean, you've seen me talk about loose powders a million times. I definitely prefer them to be matte or satin finish because I really just wanted to set my makeup. I don't want it to add an all over glow to my skin, even though I have very dry skin. I do think that if you have texture on your skin, like you can see I have like a breakout right here, it's going to kind of emphasize that a little bit more. So I just want to keep that like in mind, even though this says it's supposed to blur it out. Anytime any product adds a glow to your skin, it's going to just emphasize any texture on your face. The second product is this right here. This is a beautiful formula. This is very like creamy, and you can see it on my face. It does look very smooth. It doesn't look like powdery, you know what I mean? A lot of loose highlights can like look powdery. This is very smooth and buttery. But that being said, this specific color for me is not it. Amped is not it. It's too rose gold. It works for a blush topper, but as a true highlight for me, it doesn't really, it just doesn't bring me joy. I know, I'm like Marie Kondoing my makeup, but like that's how I look at makeup too. It doesn't make me like happy. It doesn't like spark that joy. So for that reason, this is also a pass. Okay, now for my must-have product is definitely gonna be this palette. I do think that this is a very nice palette. I wish it was priced closer to like the $39 price point versus $49. But that being said, I do think that this is a very high quality palette. It feels very luxurious. It is kind of a little bit bulky for sure, but it is beautiful. And I can see myself using, first of all, the shade Glow Up all the time. I mean, look at this. This is stunning. Like so stunning against my skin tone. I would just say overall, this palette was my favorite for that one highlight, which just sold it. And I really hope that they start to sell these individually. All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. Like I said, if you have anything to say about Jaclyn, about my review, please keep it nice and let's just have a conversation. I'm very much so open to conversations, but if you're just gonna attack someone, it's so not productive, right? So let's keep it nice and clean in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other type of reviews you wanna see from my channel, and I will be talking to you guys very soon. Bye.